Hey there everyone, welcome back. So in this tutorial, we are going to create the back end of this application. Remember last tutorial, we created this application. You can connect to your wallet. You can see historical logs. You can submit information or donation to someone. In this tutorial, we're actually going to create the back end of this decentralized application using Hardhat. So all the information and all the steps are going to be in this Readme file that we are going to go over together. And you can find the link to this Readme file and to this decentralized application under the video. As always, remember this is going to be 5 parts, and I intend to make a lot more videos about Ethereum and the blockchain. So make sure to subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click on this cute little subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you'll get notified of future videos that I make about things like this. Alright, so let's get started. We are going to open the Readme file, and I created this for you so you can actually do this with me in the video, and then you can use it alone when you create your second and third decentralized application on Polygon. I forgot to mention this is going to go on the Polygon zkEVM testnet. Okay, open the Readme file and open the command prompt in your, well, I'm using Windows, but you can open your terminal and Mac or whatever. I'm going to go into, my folder is going to be called test contracts. You can go into whichever folder you want. And then let's minimize this. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Now we're going to do step number 1, make directory donation to educator. We're going to make this new directory or a new folder. Copy. Boom. So this is done. And you can see that this was made because we go into our folder, test contracts, donation to educator. Good, it's done. Now we're going to cd into it. We're going to go into it here in the terminal. You see now we're inside this folder. And now we're going to make another directory called backend, make dir backend, and then we're going to cd into backend. Okay, so now we're inside in the terminal, we're inside backend, we're inside this folder right here. All right, now we have to set up a Hardhat project. So we need to install some libraries. First, we'll do npm init to initiate npm. Make sure you're inside backend folder. npm init, yes. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Done. And now we have to install Hardhat 2.16. I would install this version even if you're seeing this video a year from now or 20 years from now. God bless you. Make sure you install 2.16 because this decentralized application backend and frontend are compatible with this version. Do like this, copy. Okay, so this is going to take probably around a minute or two. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll be back when it is done installing. Perfect. So it only took about a minute. Now we're going to install .env. We need that for later. And then step 3 is to install the toolbox. Especially if you're on Windows, I think this is needed. So install toolbox. And after this is done, we are going to create the project, the Hardhat project, which will give us all the necessary files instead of us manually creating these files. Okay, done. Now we're going to npx Hardhat. And here we have to, I'm going to create a JavaScript project. And let's see if we can make this big. Hardhat project root, yeah, that's fine. We don't have to change anything here. And git ignore, yes, add a git ignore like this. Says we need to install these sample projects. We already have them installed, and we are done with this step 4. Step 5, open the backend folder. Let's go open that one. Educator backend, and remove any present contracts. So we're going to remove this contracts right here. We'll just do a delete. And then we're going to insert the donation contract. So I'm actually going to open it with VS Code. All right, so I open the new folder on VS Code, donation to educator. I'm going to go into the contracts inside backend, and here I'm going to create a new contract. We'll call it capital D, donation.sol, enter. And here we're just going to copy paste the contract from the link under the video, which in this case is going to be right here. Let's make this bigger. Backend, contracts, donation. Select all. All right, save. So here we have our contract. All right, what's next? Next, we copy the donation contract. Now inside the scripts folder, we're going to replace the deploy.js with this code right here, which is from the project. So we'll take all of this, and we're going to replace it, what we just created, the hard hat project, the scripts. We're going to replace this default code with the deploy code for our smart contract. All right. So we're deploying the donation contract here, waiting for the deployment to execute, and then we're going to print out some log information inside the console. We'll see that in a second. Now we create an env file inside the backend folder where we're going to put our wallet key. So let's go to VS Code, inside the donation, the main folder. Oh, it's inside our inside backend folder. We'll create .env, and here it says that we have to paste this information. Now I'm going to replace this here with my MetaMask wallet private key. You should do it with your own private key because I'm not going to give you my private key. All right, there's a video up here above my head to the right that shows you how to access the MetaMask wallet private key that you have, or how to create a MetaMask wallet. But in essence, to go to the private key, I don't know how much I can show you. You go here to the MetaMask, and then I'm inside one of my accounts. All you have to do is right here in this account, whichever account you want, the account details, and then there's a button to access your private key. Okay, so I got my private key. Now I can go back to my VS Code env file and replace it with my private key. All right, so now that we have that, let's go back to the Readme file. Added the env, have video if you want to see how to create a wallet. Now we're going to open the hardhat.config.js file right here. Everything is inside the backend folder still. Erase everything here. And we're going to replace it with this hardhat file code. Like that. There you go. And this just connects to our private key from the env file. And then it says we're going to export the solidity, just metadata, solidity. This is a version because remember we're using this version in the contract, so we need the same version here. We're going to the network we're going to use is zkEVM. This is the public link, and then the account with the private key. So I'm going to save it, and I think we're almost done. Now we need to compile the contracts. We're going to compile it. Make sure to go back to command prompt. It's really small. But when you're in the backend folder, just copy paste npx hardhat compile. Right, so you can see it. There we go. Compiled one Solidity file successfully. Very good. We're on the right track. And the last thing you want to do is npx hardhat blah 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 networks the zkEVM, and this is going to deploy the contract onto the zkEVM. I wish there was a shorter name for it. It's just so long, or maybe I'm not aware there is. That's it. Oh, there you go. The contract deploy to HTTP. You can click on this. This is your contract address. What's best is we're going to copy this address And we're just going to put it on this link that I put under the video, the testnet zkEVM Polygonscan network, and we're going to put it right here. Right on top here is our address. So now we'll see that 2 minutes ago we created this contract was created. This was the gas fee, which is minimal because Polygon is a lot cheaper than Ethereum blockchain mainnet. And then here this was it was created on this block, right? We can actually go into here to get a little bit more information about this smart contract that was deployed. All right, that's it. You have just created the backend and deployed it to the zkEVM testnet. Congratulations. In the next part, we are going to do some testing. We're going to write the testing for the smart contract. So don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and don't wait too long because I'm going to publish the third part for you. Always remember, we're better together, so help each other out. Bye.